Hey Pisces, welcome to Tourmaline Tarot. We're going to do your September 2022 reading. I don't even know where the time went, but we're going to do a love in general, and if it's yours, you'll know. If it's not yours, you'll also know, so you know. We're going to start off with relationship and just do the oracle here. When it decides to do that, I just go with it because it's like I got something to say, so say it. So Pisces, what are we thinking about relationship-wise? What's going on? 1, 2, 3. Okay. So, in the middle we have the whip, okay? Which is the central thing. Someone's mojo could be blocked. Now, I read this like a scale. On one side is one person. The other side, there's another person. Challenge, outcome. Well, there's the coffin. I'm not saying like put a fork in it, you're all are done. But there is a shift that's needed. I feel like it's desired on both sides though. This could be, forgive me for saying so, but in, you know, the whip is my sexy card. So there could be a need to get spicy, be less spicy, have spice at all. You know what I mean? Like mild, medium, hot, whatever your deal is. Because over here we have the ship, which is the longing card. There's stuff that, like, you know, it's slower than probably whoever this side is wants it to be. You have the stork. Storks migrate to where things are better. They migrate to where, you know, they can have the food, the, you know, nice environment, the whole thing. So there's a desire for change. And over here, someone feels, like I said, there's like a lack of mojo because you have the mountain with the fire. So there's something that is kind of feeling like stifled in some way. And I feel like if that's a them thing. That's like whatever this person is, I don't get that it's the other person. I feel like it's a them thing where they're like, I'm just not feeling it. But the challenge is the bear. The bear, I usually get like, it's protective mama bear, but in this way, it's almost like the challenge is people just want to go hibernate. You know, there is like I'm going to eat some ramen and go to bed. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm not saying that's what you do. I'm just saying there's like it's not laziness, but there's just like well, time to ramp it down. And then with the coffin though, change is desired. Change is what's going to happen. Okay, I love me some change. Change is good. All right, let's embrace it. How are we going to do that? I feel like there's kind of the tower is not necessarily like the way you would think it would go, especially if you're talking about spicy stuff. But there is a kind of a I hate to say recommitment or a retooling of terms, because you know the tower. And this is not Tarot Tower. This is like the Normandy Tower. So this is about commitments. This is about all that kind of stuff. If anything, it's a Hierophant type card. So there is, you know, and the fish is emotions, etc. like that. So there is kind of like a shift that's coming in terms of what each person expects out of this. And if it's not a sexy thing, because I always say, you know, the whip is my sexy card, but there is like a discipline part. These feel very separate. So there could, and with the bear, it's like, it's the way it is. Yeah, I'm going to go take a nap. So with the whip, though, it can lead to kind of like petty stuff. The whip is like kind of jabby, kind of just like lash out here and there. Because literally a whip, that's what it does. So with the whip here, what are we talking about? I hate to be like, so you have the Cupid. There's a little bit of work involved in this. He's still stabbing you. Like it's nice and there's emotion involved, but there's still a little like, ow. Okay. It's like a little Band-Aid rippage, but you need to kind of regain the footing in whatever this is with the anchor. Also, I'm going to flip the script on this too. You need to kind of be aware of what's dragging you. You have the home and everything. Also, the home It's a comfort zone thing. Also, because I feel that with the bear. So the home is nice because you have all your stuff there, but look, examine it. Because when the eyeball comes out, it's like, what are we supposed to be looking at? We're supposed to be looking at our environment. Like, what about it is kind of holding it down? You know what I mean? And it doesn't have to be like, a physical home. It could be your comfort zone. What is your comfort zone? What do we need to kind of step out of on this? Because then we have the ship and the stork. Let's see. So the clover and the mice. So if you have the clover, it is kind of like leaving stuff up to luck, leaving things to just kind of like, we'll see what happens. But with the mice, it's almost like the annoying part of it where you're just like, I don't really want to have to do this. Something's bugging you about it in the first place. Even if things are nice on surface level and like things are kind of working out at the same time, it's like, there's more. And I say it as you, but it could be the other person as well. Like everyone knows there's more, but it's not being seen quite yet. So there needs to kind of be like a reconfiguration of expectations here. Because with that, someone could be making changes to their health. Because you have the rose and then you have the tree. So the tree is like longevity. It does speak to health as well. They could be more concerned about like the immediate stuff happening to them. And they might be having, like, they see the benefit of it, but at the same time, there's the thorns, right? So if they're starting something or they're trying to keep something going, there's still like a little like, ugh. Remember I said the Cupid? He's still stabbing you. A rose is pretty. It still has thorns. There's still some hiccups and things you got to get there. So with the tree, though, I mean, it's like, it's not that it's not possible. I just feel like they might be, or you might be more concerned about like immediate stuff. You're like, okay, well, all this other bells and whistles, put a pin in it. We need to kind of worry about like health and what we're doing, or you know what I mean? But so yeah, there needs, with the scythe, the woman, and the bride, someone could be taking stock of what they want and kind of, like I said, reconfiguring what they want. So some stuff has to go. I'm not saying this person has to go, but I'm just saying in terms of what needs to be done. If this person is trying to do something and this person's like, no, I'm still gonna, I'm just saying eating or whatever. Like this person's like, no, I'm gonna like, eat healthier stuff. And this person's like, listen, I'm still gonna go face first into a Hershey's bar. There needs to kind of be some changes on both sides of the spectrum. So I feel like this person does kind of kickstart whatever this is. If they were feeling like kind of their mojo was kind of zapped, it comes back. It might be a little slower than what this person wants it to be. But, it's like there's the desire's all there to kind of make this all kind of come together. But like I said, reviewing what's the comfort zone? What are the pain points? What are the things that look good from the outside, but in practice, you're like, that's not it. So let's see. Tarot, what are we doing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, here we go. So we're doing a 9er here. Well, this is good. Okay. High Priestess, I kind of have like a, not love-hate, but a love, you're you again kind of situation with her. So at the center, you do have the High Priestess, right? So she's the one that is not super communicative. Remember how I said there was like, this person is not saying a whole lot and they're not really putting a lot out there. And you're just like, ugh. Or they're like, ugh. Now, I am reading, I feel like echoes of the relationship stuff, but I'm going to try and read this one more general. So with the High Priestess, there's a gut vibe that needs to kind of be addressed. Stuff that you're thinking and you're not saying. Stuff that is kind of coming together, and you're almost, it's not autopilot, but there's just like there it is. There, like you're seeing the road signs. You know, okay, we still have the Nine of Swords on the bottom, but then there's the King of Pentacles right behind it. So it's kind of, like I said, gaining control of that thought, direction, what we're doing. Because you have the Empress reversed, Nine of Pentacles reversed, Two of Cups reversed, and then you have the Ten of Cups, okay? Like I said, I don't view reversals as like, oh, it'll never happen, or it's a giant block. It's just, for me, those are not yets. They're not yets. So with the Empress reversed, it's a not yet. Stuff is not at a point to grow. Even if this Ten of Pentacles is saying like, no, all clear. You don't have everyone on board with this Two of Cups. You can move ahead all you want, but if the foundation is not there, you know, if the duality, the reciprocity isn't there, you're still kind of in this Nine of Wands-ish where it's a little bit of a pullback. You know, you don't really want to do it alone with this Nine of Pentacles. There could also be an element of not seeing everything that's at your disposal. And kind of being like, well, if I only had this. And with the Nine of Wands, it's like you're not being super receptive to take those things into account or accept the stuff when it comes along. The Eight of Cups, I feel like, you know, if you're giving, I'm not saying phoning it in, but a little going through the motions. You know, like, it is kind of surfacey. You need to kind of get down. Remember I said you had the Nine of Swords on the bottom here? And you have two nines here. And then you have the Ten of Swords reversed down here. So you're not all the way over the hump yet. It's almost like you're skipping steps to get to the 10. But, you know, you have literally 3 tens. You're rounding the bend on this. So you do need to leave some stuff behind. You need to leave any kind of, you know, emotional stuff that's sitting on you. We'll clarify that too. But with the High Priestess, I feel like you already know that. It's like I'm not telling you anything new. But if you're trying to keep stuff on the surface, or it's become status quo, or there's any kind of complacency, or you just feel like you're putting band-aids on stuff, so you can just kind of keep up with these tens, guess what? Tens are the end of the line. It's got to turn over again. So if you're trying to hold on to a phase that's, you're like, this was a good one. It was a good one. You're not letting this stuff grow. You're not letting the Empress do her thing. You're stuck in High Priestess mode where you're just like waiting for it. You're waiting for the tides to turn. Well, if you're not letting the tide turn, how's it going to turn? Like a duh. But like I said, there's like back here there was like a mojo that was lacking. And there was a change that was wanted. I feel like that shift is absolutely available. So with this High Priestess, what do we need to be aware of? None of Cups reversed. Like I said, there's a feeling of like lacking, like I don't have what I need. Now you have 3 nines, you have 3 tens, you had the 9 of Swords on the bottom. So like really, like just be done with it, Pisces. Okay. So what about this? Not what you wanted, or you got to what you wanted and you're like, this is not what I wanted. Let's see. Page of Swords reversed. Stop watching stuff. Stop kind of being an observer. I feel like there's an active need to like get in there, Tiger. Even the 9 of Wands, even though Wands is an action card, you know, not action suit, the 9 of Wands is like a waiting. I mean, he's just standing there like, all right, if it comes at me, I'll deal with it. But if that's not the thing, I'm not doing it. So this 8 of Cups, what is it about? I think you need to make your own tower, Pisces. Make your own tower. Shake it up. And I don't feel like this is the universe being like, Pisces, we're tearing it all down. This is like a you tower, because you have the 8 of Cups here. Clarify with the tower, and then the 8 of Pentacles. It's asking you to do something. And now, mind you, you have the 9 of Pentacles back here reversed. Remember how I said it's a not yet? It'll be a yes thing if you pick one thing and you work on it and you master it. So whatever is the bee in your bonnet that you feel like you need to address, get in there, do something about it. Anything that is sparking you again, pay attention to it. You know, because it's only like, you know, when you get bigger, better, faster, stronger, everything else around you gets bigger, better, faster, stronger. I hate to be like, match your vibe, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, you got to meet your vibe where you are. Like, you can't just good vibes only all the time and just steamroll through it. And, you know, I do believe in a level of fake it till you make it, but at the same time, you know, there's only so much faking you can do before you have to be like, no, 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 I'm actually here. I realize this, and we're going to do X, Y, Z. And we're going to just keep moving up this little ladder I made. So, 10 of Cups. So we're done with facade stuff. We're not going to do that. The moon. There is kind of like, you know, the moon with the phases. Stuff is turning. Stuff is going. Was it the 9th or 10th is the full moon? Keep your eyes peeled on that. There might be some kind of like, there it is. I feel there's some kind of like reveal moment. Like, what's behind the curtain? What is it? Oh, doing stuff. If you're in, I'm not going to say like a low mode. I feel like something happens where you're like, yes, I can do this. There's like a motivational element that kicks in. Because how are we going to get over this 9 of Pentacles reversed? We're going to do this Ace of Cups, or Page of Cups. We're going to figure out how we feel about stuff. We're going to baby step out of it. We're going to say like, no, no, no. This is what I have. This is what I'm working with. This is where I'm starting. And with this 10 of Swords reversed, it's nice to be done with it. But also, reversed, there might be some lessons that you are resisting. I don't want to say avoiding. You're resisting. Like with the High Priestess, you already know this. You already know. Ace of Cups. Yes, remember how I almost said Ace of Cups up here? There she is. So like, remember how I said you have to let the cycle go and then you can have your aces and then you can start something new? It's because, I mean, back here you even had change, coffin, moving. Like, stuff is evolving. And give me over here, like, 10 of Pentacles. Just give me one on that. You're still, like, I hate to be like, is this as good as it gets? Yes, this is as good as it gets. I'm going to stop giving to this. And we're just going to, right here, we're going to play it as it lays. And there you go. So what about this 2 of Cups? I do want to address this. Stuff is in balance and stuff isn't being decided and moved on. Also, there's like a lack of motivation. You know, it's like, well, end of the line. We're good. We stopped. We're not giving any more. When you're literally being asked to like, no, 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 pick something, go with it. Personal tower. Get in that personal tower, Pisces, okay? Figure out where you're going to shake it up before the universe gets a hold of you, and you'll be golden. So now we're doing Lenormand just to kind of wrap her up, and these don't get clarified. Just one at a time. We have the Stork. Hi, change. Remember Stork back here? There's change. There's migrating, but it's not like hard stop. It's an evolution. It's knowing that, you know, you're kind of changing the surroundings, the circumstances of a situation. That was kind of a sneaky slide out, and it's a snake. So give me one more before I say what I'm going to say. That's too many. Remember, we only do onesie at a time with these guys. Just one. That's more like it. Sun, okay? The snake. Remember I said there's this undercurrent of like, it's not lies and deceit and whatever. There's just kind of like a inauthenticity. We're going to change that. Because with the sun, there is like a dawning. Remember he had the moon back here? There is kind of like a reveal. I know Lenormand and Tarot are completely different talking systems, but they're kind of corroborating each other in the way that things are going to shift. You're going to kind of get rid of any kind of sneaky energy because you're outgrowing it. That's the theme for a lot of signs. It's just like this big outgrowing effort where it's like this isn't going to sustain. Also the snake. Snakes don't want to have to bite you, but they usually do it when they're feeling threatened or there's something where it's like, I need to defend myself. So we're going to get out of that. We're going to evolve out of that, make our own personal tower and just, you know, I wouldn't even call it a tower. We're just going to call it the sun moment because we have the sun. That's the recognition. That's things opening up. That's kind of like a dawning thing. So that's on the horizon, Pisces. Sorry, sun. I didn't even realize I said that. All right, so closing it out with the Spirit Animal Oracle. What are we talking about here? Give me one. Oh, I love it. This is a tiger. Fire. I choose to be unstoppable. My passion is my power. I am bold. I am brave. Mighty forces come to my aid. It even rhymes. So yeah, there is like, you got to feel yourself again. It's like light the fire, get the spark, examine where the stuff needs to be dealt with, and then just like personal tower, make that happen and find something that gets your mojo going. All right, Pisces, that's what we have for September, and I'll talk to you later.